Calling Dr. Jones.
All right, I'm going to call this meeting to order. An executive session was held in advance of this meeting to discuss personnel, contract, and legal matters. If everybody could please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, looking for a motion to adopt the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
I'd like to make a
Okay.
motion to amend the agenda to include under finances, letter G, and if D, if you could read that motion, please. See how I passed the buck there?
Thanks.
Recommend the board authorize the assistant to the superintendent for finance and operations to invest district funds in appropriate district depository banks to ensure maximum return pending market conditions as outlined in the memo to the board for the investment of funds.
I'm sorry, that would be a modification of existing F.
Yes, not G.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Okay, now may I have a motion to adopt the agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. At this time, we'll take any public comments on agenda items only. I see no public members. Are there any electronically? No. All right. Next, a motion to approve the minutes for the May 10th regular board meeting, May 26th special budget meeting, and June 7th caucus meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Looking for a motion to appoint Taryn and Leah as student representatives to the board for the 2022 and 2023 school year.
So moved.
Second.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. At this time, Dr. Fox.
Absolutely. We are super excited to welcome Dr. Rosario Apley, an outstanding teacher here at Susquenita High School, and an outstanding person, as a matter of fact, even more. And she's done an incredible job. And recently she was awarded the WITF Teacher Impact Award. So at this time, I'm going to turn the microphone over to Mr. Funk to speak a little bit about the nomination and all the great things that Dr. Epley has done for our school community.
Thank you. Dr. Epperly, you can come down if you'd like.
Don't drop it. Don't drop it.
I was going to say, you're going to allow us to. Or just, oh, wow.
I'll pass around the award she received. But WITF every year sends out nomination requests for teachers who've made a significant impact on the lives of students. And when that was released this year, we could not think of anyone better than Dr. Epley. She signifies someone who's made an impact on students, teachers, peers, and even myself. I've worked with Rosario first as a parent, Then she was a paraprofessional in the district, and then took the lead of our Spanish department at the high school, so much so that we've had to create extra classes beyond the Spanish 3 and 4, and that's totally due to her. I wanted to read you an excerpt. So when we were doing the application, of course, I said nice things, but I was like, let me get in touch with an alumni who had Mrs. Epley and ask them to send me a statement. So I reached out to Carson Houts, who's a former graduate and is doing well. And Carson shared the following that I submitted with the application. Said, Mrs. Epley lit the pathway to understanding the importance of cultural diversity, sensitivity, and competence in my personal life and professional career. Personally, she has shown me an overabundance of grace, support, and kindness at every step of my life. Mrs. Epley pours her heart into her job, students, family, and gives back to the community in any way possible. From late hours preparing Spanish lessons, to coordinating school plays and musicals, to serving as a leader of the Spanish National Honor Society. She is an example of self-sacrifice. Mrs. Epley has left an everlasting imprint on my life as a personal friend and mentor, helping to mold me into a better person and healthcare provider. Ladies and gentlemen, I present you Mrs. Rosario Epley, Teacher Impact Award. Oh, thank you. I will give this back to you.
Thank you very much. I'm very humbled. It was an incredible opportunity to receive this award, so I just want to say thank you, especially to Mr. Fong, who was the mastermind behind this, and Ms. Snyder, and of course, Dr. Fox. Because you guys have been so supportive of me, and teaching at Susquenita is definitely a great pleasure. So thank you for supporting me and for supporting our programs here at Susquenita.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, Dan, I'm sorry. Okay. All right, we have the treasurer's report, and now a motion to approve following payment of orders, numbers 1 through 4.
So moved. Second.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Seeking a motion to approve payment for July bills.
So moved. Anyone?
Second.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. A motion to approve the 2022-2023 general fund budget totaling $35,992,157, including supporting tax rates as listed in the below table.
So moved.
Second.
D, can we take a roll call vote?
Dr. Rubish? Yes. Mrs. Walborn?
Yes.
Mrs. Singley?
Yes.
Mr. Carmo?
Yes.
Dr. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Lehman?
Is not here.
Mr. Fry?
A little offended at this point, but
I'm sorry.
yes.
Okay, motion carries.
Mr. Vice President, if I may,
Yes.
I will once again point out that we did not raise taxes on any level. Some mills were adjusted. That was not something the school district did, but we did not raise taxes on our budget this year.
Correct, and thank you. Mr. Bard has explained that to us quite a few times and tried to make some sense of that, and I know I appreciate it, and I'm hopeful everybody else does as well. So thanks again for pointing that out. Moving on to finance letter E, A motion to adopt the 2022 Homestead Farmstead Exclusion Resolution.
So moved.
Second.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Can I see that so I can read it correctly?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Next up is the amended motion to, for the board to authorize the assistant to the superintendent for finance and operations to invest district funds in appropriate district depository banks to ensure maximum return pending market conditions as outlined in the memo to the board for the investment of funds.
So moved.
Second.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. A motion to approve the liquid propane bid at $1.78 per gallon received from Heller's Gas and Propane for the 2022-2023 school year.
So moved.
Second.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. A motion to recommend the board authorize the following board officers to be signatories on all bank checking accounts at Mid-Penn Bank: the president, vice president, treasurer, and secretary.
So moved.
Second.
Any opposed?
I just have a question. Do we
Yes.
have to, can we vote on that if we're one of them? We can? Okay. Okay. I just didn't know if I was authorizing myself to authorize something. You know, I just wanted to make sure.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. A motion to recommend the board authorize the assistant to the superintendent for finance and operations to be able to sign all non-payment related bank documents for Mid-Penn Bank and all bank-related accounts for Susquenita School District.
So moved.
Second.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. A motion to recommend the board approve the builder's risk insurance with Utica Mutual effective July 1st, 2022 for a 3-month premium cost of $1,186 for the field turf project.
So moved.
Second.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. A motion to recommend the board approve the workers' compensation insurance renewal with UPMC Work Partners at a premium of $64,640 at the recommendation of our workers' compensation broker, Gallagher, and authorize the assistant to the superintendent for finance and operations to sign the binder for coverage.
So moved.
Second.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. A motion to approve the 2022-2023 emergency instructional time template.
So moved.
Second.
Any opposed?
I just have a quick question. Is this the pandemic thing for the FID? Is that what this is?
Yes.
Okay. We talked about a caucus last week. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yep. Just in the event we would ever need it.
Okay.
Once again, any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. A motion to approve the special education plan.
So moved.
Second.
Anyone opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. A motion to appoint the following solicitors as listed on the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries.
Can't vote.
Too late. Mr. Chance. A motion to approve 6 independent golfers for the 2022-2023 school year. Notice how I got a little bit more excited right there for that. Yeah, good to see.
So moved.
Second.
I have a question on this. Why do we need to approve them? Everybody can help us out here? The golfers.
Is Dawson not going to do cross-country?
Because technically, we do not offer this as a PWA sport. That's why it's an independent sport.
Okay.
So we have to get your approval that when, if we have anyone that does well enough and they could qualify for districts, I have to draft a letter to District 3 saying that I have your approval that we would have independent golfers.
Okay, thank you.
So, but since we have 6, could they be a team this year if we have that
Well,
many?
we have 6 listed, but Mr. Timchak, who's the coach, is requiring them to send him scorecards weekly, because while we believe the kids say they can play, we don't want to get into the process of saying we're having this as a team. So just today I reached out and I got, we will follow the Tri-Valley schedule. They have like 8 matches done that way. And then, and the other thing is sustainability. We don't really want to declare a team and then next year not have one.
No, I think,
So.
I think what I'm saying is
Yes.
like what happened with our
Can they
cross-country
compete
team,
as a team? If we have 5, yes.
because I know during cross-country, we didn't qualify as a team for districts,
Correct,
but we
because
had
you didn't
5
have-
runners there.
Yes.
So we really competed as a team.
Correct.
So just
So,
wondering.
yeah, so right now, I've seen scorecards from 3 of them.
so I'm a little curious, I mean, and you I might have already just answered it, but is there any stipulation for independent golfers that no matter how many number you have, because they're not sanctioned as a team, can they still compete as a team? Like, let's just say they were all like, really good golfers. Like, can they do that
I'll
by the
have to find
PIAA?
out that one because technically, we don't have a team.
Right.
We have 6 individuals. So
Correct.
like swimming. Even
Yeah.
if we had 10 individuals, we really wouldn't have a team.
Correct. And they're not allowed to do relays, even if we had 4 boys, because we're not a team. So I was just wondering if the same thing applied to golf.
All right, do we have any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. That was Marcy's fault. Sorry, just trying to look. All right. Going to seek a motion to approve the personnel matters A through M.
So moved.
Second.
Take a minute here to look through them. And I'll try not to hit the gavel again. Any discussion? Any opposed? Dr. Rubish, good? Hearing none, motion carries. Marcy, I didn't care if you were still looking. A motion to approve Heather Nouse as the teacher for the Early Birds Kindergarten Camp.
So moved. Second.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Going to seek a motion to approve contracts listed 1 through 3.
So moved.
We need to stop at 4 so we can choose between option 1 and 2.
Second.
Number 4 has an option we have to vote on, so he's stopping at 3.
Oh, I see. I'm sorry. Yes, I'm fine. Thank you.
I have a comment on this one, number 3, Tag Losner. He's a 1989 graduate of Susquenita, and he was Susquenita Blackhawks Foundation Healthcare Hero this past month. And everybody should go on read what he wrote about the district, because it's very glowing about the education he got here over the years.
Yeah, thank you. I did notice that on the website. It
Yeah.
was good to see. And then I was happy to see this here as well.
Yeah.
I believe there was a second. Is there any opposed for 1 through 3? Hearing none, motion carries. Okay, now we need a motion to approve the contract number 4 for INA. And I believe we'll have to take a roll call vote for whether you want option 1 or option 2. And those are, option 1 is the armed security officer at the district at a rate of $37.50 an hour plus an INA SUV patrol vehicle at $800 per month. Or option 2 is an armed security officer at the district at a rate of $37.50 an hour, Monday through Friday from 7:30 to 4, which does not include the SUV. That is correct. The difference is the vehicle. So I'm kind of confused, though.
We just need a motion, and I'll do a roll call, and I guess people will select, unless we just do it as.
Can we have a discussion maybe? What if we do a discussion, maybe we can settle on the
Yeah.
option?
Right, I think maybe we should just go around, Robin, and see if we all agree on option 1, and then just present that for vote.
Yeah, so I just have a quick question. So right now, 2 things. One, we already have the vehicle, right? We pay for that correct now, don't we?
This past school year we have.
We did, okay.
Yep.
My second question I have, which may not relate to the option, but is, so this is for one officer for the district.
That's correct.
So do we see, as the class sizes are getting larger, do we see a need to have more than one? Because one of the things I like about, at least in the high school, is I like the fact that the kids really know the officer. They have sort of a built-in relationship with him, and if the numbers start growing and moving into I didn't know if there would be a need to have to, maybe not for this year, but at least look into that for the future.
Yeah, I think that's certainly something we can take a look at in the future years. And one thing INA has been a great partner is if in fact we have an event going on or a situation, we can rely and contact them, and they're good at also providing additional support. At really, they've been great within a 24-hour notice of turnaround time. So they've been good partners in that regard.
So I would be in favor of stay with one and keeping the vehicle. I think having the vehicle presence here on campus is a good one, so.
Yeah, I would move to make a motion that we approve contract 4 with option 1 and see if we would like to vote on that.
So we currently have option 1. I guess my question is why is it spelled out in option 2 that it's Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 4, and it specifies the 189 days, and that's not specified in option 1? Or is it to be implied that those are to be the same?
The hours are the exact same in option 1 and option 2. Option 2 just specifies what that role will be for option 2, but it is in the same in option 1. The only difference between the two is the one's with vehicle, one's without, and it gives the current rate without the vehicle expense per month.
Okay.
Then my suggestion, maybe, Jonathan, I don't know if you have to do an agenda, do we have to amend the agenda, but could we add the verbiage in that option 1 that says, because otherwise it looks like we're just going to pay $37.50 an hour for as many hours as we want them for the day.
I wonder, is it it's probably in the actual contract.
Is it in the contract?
That's correct.
Okay,
Sorry, that's correct.
okay.
So, yeah, I'll repeat it. I make a motion to approve the contract number 4 for INA using option 1, which includes the security officer at a rate of $37.50 plus the SUV patrol vehicle at $800 a month.
Second.
Roll call vote? Dee, can we have a roll call vote on that?
Dr. Jones?
Yes.
Mrs. Singley?
Hold on a second. I don't know if this is out of order. Can I just ask another question? Sorry, I asked him, and he said the same thing. At $800 a month, would it be cheaper for us to just lease a vehicle?
I think in order to research that question, we need to look at a couple of things.
Okay.
And in that couple of thing question, we need to look at is that individual permitted to drive a vehicle?
Okay.
Because they're not necessarily,
Susquenita
they're an
employee.
individual employee of another company.
Okay.
And what that might look like.
Okay.
So I don't have that particular answer as to what that may, but I know they do, they service it, insure it,
Okay. So
et
there's
cetera,
more-
gas it. So
okay.
all we have to do is, it's there.
And that includes their gas?
Absolutely.
So-
That includes the fuel as
Okay.
well. We don't pay for that.
Does he have special equipment in the vehicle that wouldn't be in the lease vehicle?
There is a light bar, as well as some traffic control, but as of the detail into that, I don't have that information, nor am I privy to share that publicly.
Okay.
Okay, so back to my vote, yes.
Mrs. Walburn?
Yes.
Dr. Rubish?
Yes.
Mr. Carmel?
Yes.
And Mr. Fry?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, now we're up to a motion to approve contracts 5 through 17.
So moved.
Second.
I just have a question. Yeah, so the fire insurance for the sports says it's a new broker. Why, was there a reason why we changed brokers to go to a higher premium?
The other carrier was non-responsive in their bidding. There was the only one that put in a bid for it when it went out. So that's why we changed.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Any further discussion? Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. A motion to approve the review of policy 249, bullying and cyberbullying without any needed revisions.
So moved.
Second.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. A motion to cancel the July 12th, 2022 regular board meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. And now we hand it off to Dr. Rubish.
All right, and you all thought you were going to get to go home early tonight, didn't you? Okay, let's get started here. Cumberland Perry Career and Technical Center, they had their awards ceremony at the end of May, and it was fantastic. And if you ever get a chance to stop down there sometime for it, you ought to go. It's really great. The other thing that's going on right now, they're having their summer camps for the middle school students to come in and try that out. They're being well attended, and I understand they're going well. So, moving on. Okay, moving on.
You're up next. Move right along.
Right, Susquenita Blackhawk Foundation. I put this out in email to a couple people. I'm going to put it out again, though. We had the 5K last November, and this 5K would not have taken place without Rick Knapp, who we all know and love, and without a woman named Sydney Watkins, who is the head of the Northern Dauphin County YMCA in Elizabethville. And she got a hold of me the other day and said they're having their 5K coming out 6:25. They need runners. They're short. Could I put the word out and see if anybody be interested? And if we could help Sydney out, it'd be really worthwhile because she's helped us out in the past. So you can just go on their website and sign up for it. Okay, I guess we're moving on to the
Dr. Rubish, what was the date of that again? 6:25, did you say?
6:25. I think it's 6 p.m. it starts. It's
It's
in
a
Elizabethville.
Saturday, I think,
Yeah,
right?
it
Okay.
is Elizabethville, yeah. Okay. Before we get to the media contest, the class of 1967 had their reunion this weekend. They gave a very generous donation to the Susquenita Blackhawk Foundation, and they took a tour of the building here the other day. And the thing that fascinated them most was the pictures out in the hallway. Now, I kind of thought they would look at their decade in the 60s, but they looked at all of them because they knew people from all, oh, that's so-and-so's daughter there. And they knew everybody and everyone, so it was kind of neat. Okay, on to the art media contest. We have winners here. And this is, oh, the name's on there someplace. Yeah, I thought I was going to be able to read the name off. This is the prize for, I think, K through 12. And yeah, Joey Fry. Okay. We have 4 winners over here. This was prize 6 through 8.
Alexander Smith.
Okay. And this is not a drawing, it's made out of clay. Yeah. Really, okay, and what grade is she in?
It just says Blackhawk reading a book.
Okay. And the grand prize winner was, I think it's up next. Yes, there's the grand prize winner. And she's in what, second grade? Third grade? So, Dr. Lurfink, you were involved in this, weren't you? I was. Okay, you want to tell us anything about it?
Did not know, oh, there it goes. In case you did not know, Susquenita Elementary School will be celebrating our 50th anniversary, birthday, whatever you want to call it. This coming September, the building was opened in 1972. So we are excited. If anybody has any big ideas, we've got a couple ideas going, but we're excited to be celebrating this fall with our students. Part of that, Dr. Urbish came to us with an idea of having a media contest to try to get something, and we really liked Sierra did a really nice job on this. Sierra's going into 4th grade next year, and she had not only the high five, excuse me, our high five values, the Susquenita logo, but also had the Happy Birthday Elementary School, so she kind of put everything in there. So, and we really enjoyed looking at all the different takes that the students came up with. I think we had a couple different art contests kind of going on at once, so I think that it was difficult to get a lot of responses, but the ones we did get were very nice, and really enjoyed looking at them yesterday with the Blackhawk Foundation representatives.
Yes, thank you. We're looking at making T-shirts and selling them. All the profit will go to the Blackhawk Foundation. How about Susquenita students? And there's talk also putting a calendar together. I think there were 8 entries overall, and we like the idea of a 16-month calendar rather than starting in September and then following September. And with the months that we don't have enough artwork for, maybe putting photographs of the school in, or photographs from different time periods in the elementary school. Maybe one from 50 years. Maybe somebody's got one from the very first day, which would be neat if we can get that on there, put that on there. So there's some of the ideas, and we'll be working on that this summer. So you want to move to the brochure? Yeah, okay. We put together a brochure. Thanks to the help of Tracy Troutman, did a lot of this over in the central office. In the past, whenever we had an event come up, we would always put together something real quick and put it out there and give it to people, but we wanted to do a little bit better. We wanted to get something more permanent, something that this is going to have a slick, glossy finish. We're going to get it done professionally, and particularly now since we had done a number of different things now, we can put them on here. It'll be a tri-fold, it'll fold up. No, lower back down and go over these. What you see here on the left is that's Sarah Bear's class in the elementary, and this is where they take the, you remember her, she was the one who had the, whatchamacallit, flying around the sky, right? Yeah. And here they are, the little cylinder things are robots, and they're programming the robots to do different tasks on them. So, okay, you want to back out. And then we have over here some of the things that we've done at the high school, in the middle school. And do you want to go back to the left again? Get back the other way, back to where okay, and that's our motto bit there. This is what we wanted people to see first when they got this. They said, be the wind that lifts hawks to soar. Okay, you can go to the other side now. Okay, and the back side here, this, of course, is the artwork is down in the middle school, has more information on it. This will be used first time at the golf outing next Friday. Every golfer will get one in their bag about this, which leads us right into the golf outing today. Today I had to email SBS board of directors. I said, I like to give you progress reports going on. I said, but I can't because there have been so many things come in today that I can't keep track of all of them. And the things come in, good things, people wanting to make donations, golfers wanting to sign up. Now, we now have 15 foursomes to go. Well, yeah, we'd hope to get 10 to 12. We got 15. We might get more yet. I don't know. But, yeah, it's really going well right now, and things are looking good for it next Friday, and you can still get in if you want to. You can tell them, you know me, I can get you on. So.
We have 6 independent golfers we just approved.
There we go.
They can go in there.
So. Yes. So, yeah, that's it for SBF today.
I just want to make a comment. Dr. Rubish referenced the decade posters that you see in the building, and people enjoy them. But Dr. Rubish made those posters, so kudos to Dr. Rubish for putting all those hours in. It has been very valuable.
Yeah, I put a lot of hours into it, and I'll tell you one of the neat stories on this. Class of 2000 had a twins as the valedictorian and salutatorian. Okay. And I contacted them. And I said, you know, we have to get a photograph of you at graduation, because how often does this happen anywhere? You have twins or valedictorian, salutatorian. And they emailed an answer back and said, we don't have any of that stuff anymore because we had a fire in our house in 2007 and we lost everything. So when we were getting photographs for the O's decade board, every once in a while, there'd be a photograph of the Zimmermans come in. There were 4 of them altogether. And we were able to collect all these photographs that they were in and able to present them at the end, and we call it the Zimmerman Family Photograph Album, and give it all to them at the end. So that's one of the neat things that came out of it, yeah.
You know, I just wanted to say, too, Dr. Rubish, I remember when we both came on the board together, and this was just an idea in your head. And it's amazing to see what has happened with this foundation in such a really short amount of time. I mean, it's amazing. And through a pandemic. I mean, really, because you just started that idea of that, and then we were hit with this global pandemic. So it's pretty amazing. So thank you for what you've done for this school.
Thank you. And I think it is amazing, and just the support that we've gotten. We have so many alumni playing in they're coming out from everywhere. Some of the people I do not know. They're before my time. I don't know any of the names on them. People from back in the 70s are playing in it, and they're just coming to the fore because they love their school, they love their alma mater, and they want to help it out.
Dr. Fox says he's going to win that tournament, so it doesn't matter who plays.
Well, I'm thinking for the elementary school thing, somebody asked for an idea. You know, I think the dunk tank idea is great, but maybe we could get our solicitor to sit in on that.
Man, he is hard on you. That dunk tank was cold. 3 of us here know how cold that tank was. It was cold.
We always look forward to any challenge and try to embrace the challenges as opportunities.
All right, just a couple of quick things. Meeting schedule is shown there. Informational items and some dispositions of old non-working items. And now we move over to Dr. Fox.
Thank you very much. And again, as I conclude and wrap up, I think July 1 is my anniversary. So thank you to the entire board for a great first year. Thank you to the administrators for your support throughout my first year, to Mr. Altland, and to the teachers and staff, everybody, and our students, and especially our families. Thank you for your support and being patient with me as I transition here to Susquenita School District. I'd like to wish, once again, congratulations to our class of 2022. That never gets old saying that. We're extremely proud of you and confident in your abilities to cause a positive effect on this world. While it's time for you to leave the nest, please know that you can always fly back over for a visit, and that's important for you to know that. A special congratulations to our Blackhawks softball team for your deep run to the PIAA state playoffs. You made us proud with your passion and your team play. It was extremely exciting to watch you, and we look forward to running it back in the immediate future. Thank you to everyone for making our camps and our campus this summer come alive. We are excited for the Early Birds program, our STEAM Experience Camp, and the many other offerings that we are happening and bringing our campus alive this summer. As we begin, it wouldn't be a board report without thanking our custodial and maintenance team. Your teamwork, drive, and commitment is the reason we continue to maintain these facilities and keep current with the many projects and deep cleaning that goes on and occurs in the summer. So thank you for all of your hard work so far, and we know and we see it, and we appreciate it. A special thanks to Penn Township supervisors for allowing us provisional permissions to begin the onset of our stadium turf project while the permitting process continues. Thank you for your partnership. And it's important to note that starting this Friday, our stadium will be closed as we begin that process of mobilizing equipment for the exciting work that is about to begin. So thank you to everybody, to Penn Township, as we continue with our partnership. Finally, please note that with the recent violent, unthinkable, and senseless acts that have occurred across the nation, we, like many entities, are committed to reviewing our safety operations and partnerships with local law enforcement. And finally, our Health and Safety Task Force conducted a review of our current health and safety plan, and we made the change for next school year to discontinue contact tracing at this time. And once again, thank you very much, everybody, for your support. As I now turn the microphone over to Academic Operations and Miss Krista Snyder.
Good evening, everyone. Just a few brief items. Just wanted to let you know we kicked off our summer training for staff last week, and it's going really well, and we have a full summer ahead. But lots of exciting things to come, including, as Dr. Fox said, our STEAM camp starts on Monday. So we're busy getting all of that together, and we're ready for almost, oh my goodness, 120 to 130 students that will be coming. So we're pretty excited about that. And then also we are busy just grant writing this summer, and we started our federal consolidated application for federal programs. So lots to work on, but thanks so much.
Thank you very much. We'll hand it over to Mr. Bard, Finance and Operations.
Thank you, Dr. Fox. The board approved the budget, the 2022-2023 operating budget for the school district. As Dr. Jones had mentioned, the board did not raise taxes on any property in the district. However, there is an increase in your homestead farmstead reduction that you will see, so the property tax bills will actually go down in many locations across the district due to the homestead farmstead. There has been no movement from the state on their budget negotiations at all, as they continue to work towards the Governor Wolf's final budget in office. So there's been actually no movement whatsoever, but normally they get the deal done on June 29th. So there will be no action until towards the end. So we're just finalizing, moving the budget forward and cleaning up some loose ends and moving forward with the process there. I would like to point out this is my third school district, and at a graduation, I want to thank Mr. Funk for phenomenal graduation. It was one of the nicest graduations that I've attended, and I think that was really a testament to the community and Mr. Funk. I don't know if you're a doctor, but I'll give you a promotion, Mr. Funk. But it was a great ceremony, and I would like to just recognize the class of 2022 and the entire ceremony that I attended. So.
Thank you. We'll turn it over to Mr. Quigley, Athletics. All right, thank you. Moving over to
It's on now, anyway. Once season ends, we roll right into the next. We have the hockey team and workouts, both of our soccer teams. The girls are in some tournaments. Guys were here in the stadium this morning at 6:30. Basketball teams are involved in summer leagues. Baseball is rolling into legion seasons. So there really is no break. Football's got 7-on-7s all through the summer. So yeah, we roll from one right into the next. So
You have basketball camp this week too, right?
elementary.
Yeah.
Coach Lynn's running an elementary basketball camp this week, and we have open gyms. He and I are doing open gyms for the high school level kids. They'll be playing for the school next year every Tuesday and Thursday throughout the summer.
All right, thank you very much. We'll turn it over Dr. Lorfink, Elementary School.
Well, thank you. I'm going to echo some things that other people have already said. I wanted to thank Sarah Baer for her leadership in STEM education. You hear her name a lot. 6-7 years ago, when our numbers were growing, and I kind of threw out to the board and our elementary staff that we really needed a 6 special, and Sarah came to me and said, "Hey, what do you think about STEM? It's up and coming. We need to be doing something." And I thank my lucky stars every day that our students have the opportunity to have her guidance, her leadership. She is amazing. There is no other organized teacher on the planet that could handle the things that it takes to organize 700 students in STEM education every 6 days. And I know Sarah has really wanted to see STEM education continue on into the middle school and the high school with her leadership, and I feel it happening. 120 kids coming to this camp next week. I really feel that push into the middle school and connecting with some things that were already going on at the high school. So super excited about that and about our students' futures in STEM education and STEM careers in the future. Benefits all of them and all of us. Also wanted to thank Dr. Fox and Ms. Snyder for their leadership bringing the Early Birds Camp. That was their idea. I'm not sure whose idea, where it came from, but I'm excited about it. Thank Ms. Perkins for her leadership as the coordinator. Very excited to have our kindergartners come a little early. They could always use that early start, so we're really excited to have that in August. We're also bringing back our SOAR program, which is our Summer Opportunities for Academic Review. It's a summer school kind of program, but it's really more of an academic summer camp for students who just need a little academic boost over the summer. At the elementary level, we do not look at summer school like traditional summer school, like you have to come to pass to the next grade. It's not like that. It is free to our parents, and basically the kids are there all day. The teachers really make it fun, small group intervention in reading and mathematics for our students who need it. So we're very excited to bring that program back in July. And I also wanted to thank Dr. Rubish and the Black Hawk Foundation for their support of our STEM makerspace this year. We're turning what used to be an old, unused science lab that turned into a computer lab that, thanks to us having one-to-one iPads, we don't need the computer lab anymore. So now we're turning it into a makerspace for others to use and sign out if they need to. And we're going to be looking for community donations of things to fill that makerspace, but it took some support from the Black Hawk Foundation and the board to make the furniture and the space come alive. We're going to have a media studio, all sorts of cool stuff going on up there. So it is starting to come together this week, and we're very excited. And part of that, I wanted to also thank Leanne Hansel and our entire custodial and maintenance team. There's a lot going on at the elementary school today. We're cleaning out all the hoarding that has happened over 50 years, if you can imagine. And as you saw, there was a file cabinet full of curriculum that was almost as old as I am. And that's just the beginning of it. It's just we're scrap metaling what we can, recycling what we can, selling what we can, and just throwing out what nobody else wants. So really looking forward to a fresh building next year, and I thank Leanne and her entire staff for that effort.
Thank you very much. Handing off now to Mr. Black, Middle School.
Yeah, we're just kind of cleaning up from the end of the year, this past year, and kind of moving forward with some things, me and Mr. Ward there at the middle school, along with some teachers. So we had some stuff today. I met with Krista with the PVAS from this past year's PSSA, just getting those percentages right. Last week, Mr. Ward met with a discipline committee he formed to kind of get a uniform procedures throughout the middle school from 5th through 8th grade, so all teachers are on the same page and all students and what to expect as they progress through the middle school. On Thursday, we have a meeting with our PBIS team, so we're trying bringing that up from the elementary school, kind of making it more appropriate for the middle school level and trying to get that in. So our teachers are going to work on the matrices, which we've already have developed, just kind of tweak them. Hopefully we can get some posters made over the summer to put up throughout the school. Also, lessons that they're going to teach their colleagues. So it's more of like the discipline committee and the PBS is more teacher-driven. It's not me and Mr. Wharton up there lecturing to them. It's going to be the teachers teaching their grade level colleagues the lessons to then teach the students. So we're all on the same page, and they have like an ownership of it because they're in the classroom every day. They know what the tweaks we need to make and what needs to happen in the school. So that's where we're at with that. For 5th and 6th grade students, we pretty much have them scheduled for next year. Now we just have to make 7th and 8th grade because they don't travel in cohorts, so they got to kind of go here or there. And Power Schools is new to Mr. Ward and myself. We did e-school, so it's kind of a little adjustment to how to build that schedule and get them to fly in different directions, and then kind of make sure we get the specials in there and where we can fit them in and with all that good stuff. So it's just it's busy, but it's also a fun and exciting time because we're making different changes that we feel are going to enhance the middle school. And like with what Rebecca said, the PBS thing was kind of her idea too at the middle school. We'll take that to the next level, and hopefully at some point we get that STEM. And I know we talked about the makerspace maybe in our library, but right now, we don't have the money's not sitting there waiting for us. So we're waiting and try to do the tweaks we can and just kind of figure out what we want to do with that library area, because it's not as used as much as I feel like it can be. And we kind of maybe make that not too many kids check out books anymore anyway, right? It's all online. So just kind of make it a different space for maybe, we talked about our teachers, talked about maybe kids in 7th and 8th grade to make distinguisher honor roll, they get like a little pass, and during lunch maybe or something, go down there with their classmates, maybe if they're working on a project or something, kind of give them a kind of reward for being the students that we want them to be, and showing that we're going to have 5 core values, and I can present that to you guys at some point too, just show you the overall look of it. That way you have a copy and you can just see what we're kind of doing in the middle school. But that's where we're at right now, just kind of cleaning up from last year and trying to get ready for next year, because we know the better planning we do in the summer, the smoother the year is going to go. So that's our goal. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Craig Funk, high school.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
We had a positive end to the school year and graduation. I just once again want to wish the class of 2022 great success through life. They were an integral part of the school, very active. So I'm hoping, and I know we have some students that are going to step up to fill those roles that were vacant after the 22 left. Summer school started today and will last for the next 6 weeks at the high school. We did make a change with summer school. We used to require students come in 1 day a week to touch base face-to-face. What we changed due to gas prices and feedback from parents was they had to come in the first day to get familiar with the platform, and then as long as they're making satisfactory progress, they do not have to come in face-to-face. And when I rolled that out to the parents, we probably had double what we had initially. So they're very appreciative of that change. We've also started working on the master schedule and student schedules. That'll take the bulk of the summer. Schedules should be finished probably the beginning, first, second week in August, and I'll be emailing all families and students when they'll be accessible on Power School. So I want to wish everyone a safe and happy summer.
Thank you very much. And rounding out our reports, Mrs. Christina Matosh, Technology.
Thank you, Dr. Fox. This summer, the technology department, like always, has a lot of projects going on. Although some of them may be delayed because of shipping. We're seeing some shipping issues with our switches, access points. Our SAN upgrade will probably not be this summer, so we'll have to just schedule those as the equipment comes in. We'll be ordering it, and then fingers crossed we'll get it sooner than what they're saying. But we have many other projects that we're completing this summer with other kinds of new equipment. We're getting new copiers that we'll need to install. Other closet updates that we can do without the equipment, just cabling, updating the cabling in some of the closets, new cabling in the buildings that we need, upgrades to software and different student information. And then on a different note, our Black Hawk Academy, we are having a picnic this summer for current students and prospective students. Keola has agreed to sponsor t-shirts, so we're ordering t-shirts for all students in our Black Hawk Academy. And then Accelerate Education has agreed to sponsor the food for the picnic. And we were very excited about the food trucks at our end of the year picnic from our Black Hawk foundation that we've kind of thought to mimic that for our picnic for our Black Hawk Academy. So we're going to look at food trucks for the Black Hawk Academy picnic. And again, Accelerate Ed is going to sponsor that for us, so it will be no cost to the district. In addition to that, our buildings are making contacts to all of the families in outside cybers, calling them personally, finding out why they're at other cybers to try to bring them back, let them know about the picnic. We're also sending postcards out to all the families, letting them know about the picnic as well. So anyone listening, if you know somebody in outside cyber that wants to come learn about our program, talk to families who are in our program, or just have some food, come to the picnic and we'll have a good time. Thank you.
Christine, I just have a quick question. Has there been any response to the billboard advertisement? I know that that's been up. Have you?
Mrs. Troutman did hear that the number of people that have passed, like the company Lamar did tell us, like the number of people that were able to look at it, you know, based on whatever. But yeah. I don't know that we have had specific people apply to the academy because of it.
Okay.
I think maybe, you know, when people are applying over the summer, it's something that we can ask. And we're going to do another run, I believe, in July.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Thank you, everyone. Great information. At this time, are there any board members wishing to provide any reports or comments?
I had one comment. I was not able to attend caucus, but I did look at all the reports, and I wanted to say to Ms. Snyder, thank you so much for the differentiated supervision plan. It's not rocket science by any means, but it's nice for our teachers to be given the freedom to be treated as professionals and truly participate in a differentiated supervision plan. And so I'm looking forward to that, and thank you for your work on that. I'm thrilled.
And I won't steal your thunder. I will leave it there for you to.
No, there's no thunder. Go ahead.
But we congratulate the softball team. I want to congratulate the 6 athletes that went down to the state track meet this past 2 weeks ago over Memorial Day weekend. The boys 4x4, and I won't say the javelin thrower's name. You can talk about him. And
you can talk about him. I'm not going to talk about
and you know, Michael Singley, congratulations. If not for that one last throw, he'd have a medal right now. So, but and then Samantha Wexler, who not only got 7th place, she broke the school record this year by nearly 1.5 feet in the triple jump. So, and she also had 2 other school records this year. So, just wanted to give them a shout out.
And really, Michael went to states in 3 different sports this year, correct? And I don't know what the statistics are on that at our school, but I can't imagine that there have been very many. So, wow, kudos.
Yeah, I want to echo that, and I think the statistic throughout, I would argue throughout the Commonwealth, that's a tough one to have 3 distinct, and not just say, you know, cross country and then track and field. It's really, you know, cross country, track and field, but the event in track and field was the throw. So really kind of 3 distinct and separate separate sports. So unbelievable.
And to do that without parental support. Oh. Never mind.
Well, a couple things. First of all, thank you for that about my son, because I appreciate what he's done, but it's nice to hear people mention that. But I actually wanted to say 2 things. One, I wanted to say a personal congratulations to Dr. Epley for her Impact Award, because my kids have both had her as a teacher, and I consider her a friend. So we are very blessed to have her in our district. And secondly, as a mom, of course, graduation meant a lot to me. But as a board member, it had a different feel this year. It's only been my 3rd graduation. I know the first one was a carport graduation, and that had its challenges, but it just felt really good, and you could just feel a vibe from the staff and the administration and the kids that just felt like they were all felt like one. And thank you for what you do, Mr. Funk, but for the staff and just for the administration, for everybody, everything that they've done to make that a very special night for all the kids and for their families. So thank you.
I wanted to clarify something about the term maker space was used a couple times here, because I know I didn't know what it was when it was first thrown at me. And my explanation I got at maker space is with the STEM program, it's sort of a cross between your old-fashioned industrial arts shop class and a science lab. Yeah, yeah, Sarah agreed with that. That was a good way to explain it. So they're doing scientific things, but you're using their hands to put them together.
And thank you for that, because I didn't want to sound stupid by not knowing what it was. So thanks for the explanation.
Okay.
I would like to say thank you and congratulations to Mr. Funk. I know you will say it was not only you, it's a team effort, which is true, but obviously it was a leader in every group. Graduation, as was mentioned, was amazing. I'm sure it's a huge undertaking, and it went off without a hitch and was just a beautiful ceremony, and everybody enjoyed themselves. And, a little windy at times, but you can't control that. But work on that for next year. Yeah. And thank you to Dr. Fox for your leadership for this year. 1 year behind you now, and I've only been around for a little over a year on this board, but I can see and feel what you've brought to the team and brought everybody together, and it's a great thing for our district, and I just see it continuing in the future, and I'm happy to be a part of it, and I'm glad that we're on this journey together. So thank you.
Thank you.
No. Yes, you may.
So I just actually want to say thank you to all of the district. I think this year was really nice to see all of the different camps and opportunities that were available to the families and the students of the district. And those opportunities ranged not only from sports, but to science and technology, to the early bird camp. And I think that that's really meaningful and very impactful to the families and the students of our district, because it shows the depth and breadth of our district. And so I hope to see more opportunities like that continue, because I think seeing in the first year of the STEAM camp that we have that many, ranging from, I think it's elementary and middle school, taking advantage of those types of opportunities. And I hope too, with Mrs. Bear, and what science and technology and engineering and math, what all of that can bring, because that's the direction that our world is heading and what students can do with that.
Anybody else? It appears as though we do not have any public comments. So I would like to motion to adjourn this meeting to executive session with no voting to take place after.
So moved.
Second.
This meeting is adjourned.